New books, new cars, new houses, but the same old drama. This is the Married to Medicine Aftershow.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hi guys!
Hello.
Welcome in. If you are watching or listening, then you know this is the Married to Medicine After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. And today we are talking Food for Thought Season 7, Episode 8. It was a super fun episode. We got a lot to talk about. But before we move on, I'm your host, Alexis Brown. And today we have a guest host with us who loves Married to Medicine just as much as I do. And I just love this girl as much as I love Married to Medicine. It is Breanna.
I love you too. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Yes. This is going to be so much fun. We're going to talk about Quad's all-white birthday party / book release party. We're going to talk about Jackie's renovation, Contessa and Scott, that whole debacle, and all the drama we deal with these women week after week. Plus, we're going to talk about some tweets. We got some juicy news and gossip, and just a whole lot of fun. But before we get into that, what did you think of tonight's episode?
I thought it went how I expected, because when I saw the previews before that was leading up to Quad's party, I had a feeling she wouldn't shade the ladies like that. But it's like you said in your opening, it's the same old drama.
Yes.
So I already knew what to expect with this one.
Totally agree. I say it all the time on this show. They don't know how to get over stuff. It's just the same old arguments that continue to rebuild. People apologize, so they're going to move past it, but then they bring it up again. Just the same old, but still entertaining to watch every week. And I thought this was a pretty okay episode. They were hyping up this party, and we got like 5 minutes of the party.
I know. With all the extra that she had with it, too. I thought they would have shown a little bit more.
Yeah, but nonetheless, a very extravagant party. But we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about the lighter stuff first. We begin this episode with Quad's book signing. So she's celebrating releasing a new book about food, which I was actually surprised this season to know that she cooked, because I never really knew until the season that she was like this great cook.
Yeah.
And the one thing that stood out to me about this book signing is only Heavenly, Buffy, and Contessa came. Heavenly, I'm not surprised by. Buffy and Contessa, nice, because they're not really close friends, but I thought Jackie would have been there, Simone would have been there, but they were the only three who came. And they were complaining about having to wait in line. What did you think of that? Because I know if I was one of the fans in line, I would be like, I've been sitting here waiting and now I gotta wait even longer just because I know they're your friends and they're technically celebrities, I guess.
Right.
But should I have to wait just because they're here? What did you think?
I think that, okay, so if I was a fan waiting in line for mad long, I would definitely have a problem with it. But then I would say, I would see the cameras, I see that they're filming and this is a whole production thing. So I'm like, okay, they're obviously. But I would be annoyed.
Yeah.
I'm there waiting. I saw the one lady, she was there with her child in her arm. Poor baby was trying to sleep. Tired as heck.
Yeah.
I would be very frustrated. Absolutely.
Yeah, but if you were in Quad's position, would you feel like, oh, those are my friends, they got to come up to the front? Or would you feel like, as your friends who are supporting you, they should be willing to wait in line?
I'm not going to fake. If my homegirls came to my event, I'm like, come on,
oh my gosh.
photo op. But at the same time, I would incorporate the people that were in line as well.
Right.
So I would at least pull some people in and say, okay, everybody, let's do a group photo while we're in line, so it's not a total waste of time.
That's a good point too, because I guess if my friends did come and they were celebrities, and I guess we can call them celebrities, they've been on for 7 seasons. I would at least be like, okay, if I'm going to bring you up to the front, at least take a picture or two with some of the fans, say hello, that kind of thing. But don't just come cut the line and then leave.
Exactly.
Because technically, you're supporting a book signing, so you should be willing to wait to get your book signed.
Absolutely.
But Heavenly did buy 20 copies, so,
So she says.
Yeah, so that gives you, so she said.
That's kind of dramatic.
So that gives, I guess, a little leeway if she really did do that. But you're right, we don't know if she did. Let's talk about Jackie's renovation. So they've been talking about it this whole season. I think her house is beautiful, but she wants to basically change everything around. And they said that it could cost between $260,000 to $300,000 for this house. What did you think when you heard that number?
I was thinking about my student loans.
And that's just a small percentage
I'm
of that.
thinking about my rent.
Yes.
I'm thinking about gas, money. I'm just amazed at how you can toss money away for a house. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Just to renovate the house, because you can get a pretty nice house for $300,000 in Atlanta.
Exactly.
You could have bought a whole new house for that
without
amount.
having to do any changes like that.
Yeah, that was the first thing that popped in my mind. It's like, okay, I'm gonna spend $300,000. I can just get a new house.
Yeah.
A house that has everything already needed.
Exactly.
And you don't have to deal with the stress of renovating and dealing with contractors.
But I've learned, and also watching shows like Real Housewives of Atlanta, it's like the thing to do to be able to throw money for unnecessary things.
Yeah.
So being able, like buying a house for $300,000, that's cool. But when you buy a house and then renovate it and then throw, like now, ooh, okay, that's the woman to be.
Yeah, and I mean, the renovations look like they're going to be really nice, and I guess it is customizable, but I'm not making that kind of money. So when I hear that, I'm like, $300,000. Like you said, my student loans are like 10% of that.
And it's only those two.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What a lot of people were saying on Twitter was that because Curtis was very hesitant when he heard the number, and some people felt like he shouldn't have had a say in it for two reasons. One, people feel like Jackie's the breadwinner, which we don't know for sure, but
Exactly.
it's safe to assume. And two, because he cheated on her, that this should be like her reparations in a way. What do you think?
First of all, cheating within a marriage and then you stay in the marriage. Renovations on a house is not reparations. That you decided to stay in the marriage, that's still your partner.
Right.
He owes you work emotionally. But okay, what if he did get the house for her and they did all of this stuff and he didn't say anything? That's not going to take away from the pain and scarring that she had
Very
in the
true.
relationship. So I think that's just very closed-minded to assume. And on top of that, he's living in the house too.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't he have a say in it?
But do you think if technically Jackie is the one bringing in the bacon, that he still shouldn't have a say in how much money it is?
No, because he should have if this is the thing, because it seems like Jackie doesn't have much of an idea of budgeting, and he does. If I don't know how to handle my money like that, but my man does, and I'm the one making the money, I want someone that's going to balance me out and check me.
Good point.
So there's nothing wrong with him having a say if it's going to help my pockets if I'm spending the money on this house.
That's a good point. So what did you think of Jackie when she kind of gave her explanation, like, I'm spending all this money on a new house, but it's something that I'm getting because I didn't get the opportunity to be a mother. What did you think about that, like, contrarian?
I thought it was sad, but I didn't really get the correlation. Did you?
I mean, how much money really is having a kid? Like,
Right.
do you think a kid is gonna eventually hit $300,000 or more in its lifetime? Maybe so. They use the example of, if it went to Yale or Harvard, that's a large percentage of that as well. But at the same time, how is getting that house really making up for the fact that you couldn't be a mother?
Exactly. It's the experience.
Yeah. I think she was just grasping for any way to get what she wanted.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
But I think at the end of the day, if she has it, why not, We'll see. Well, before we go on, you have a message for our viewers?
Yes, I want to say thank you to everybody who's tuning in with us here at Married to Medicine here at AfterBuzz TV. We appreciate you guys so much. If you're watching this on iTunes, make sure you give us a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening to us on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating. 5 stars. 5 stars. Also, make sure you follow us on our social media. We love to hear from you guys. Tell us what you enjoy about the shows, what you think we could be doing better, or if you just want a shout out. We love shouting out followers. Yes. So, and make sure you tune into all the other shows we have at AfterBuzz, because we have dramas, comedies, more reality shows. So thank you.
Yes, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for that message. And if you are watching live right now, hop in the live chat, because we do see it. We see what you're saying. Let us know if you agree with us or don't agree with us, or just let us know where you're watching from. It's a lot of fun to get you all's reactions as well. All right, let's go on to somebody who I am just over this season. Oh my gosh. Let's talk about Contessa. her dad came to town. They took him out to eat. And she decided in eating with her dad and the kids to bring up the fact that she withdrew from school and asked her dad if she was coming off as a quitter. So my question to you is, one, do you think she's coming off as a quitter? And two, do you think that was the place to have that conversation with her dad?
I think it's hard to define what makes her come off as a quitter because it depends on the reasoning. It just sucks because when she tried to go back for her job and they basically said, we don't have a place for you, I can understand why it would make her feel like a quitter because it just seems like she's losing after losing, losing. But no, it definitely was not the right place to have that conversation.
Yeah.
I think she spitefully did that because her dad and the kids were there and she wanted to put her husband in an uncomfortable position.
Yeah, because it seems like there's some sort of resentment she has towards Scott. And do you think that's fair for her to feel resentful towards him for the fact that she's no longer in school?
No, because that's her own, it's the decision she made. She enrolled and she quit. So why are you, if you're able to be influenced by your husband that much to make these huge changes in your life, it's not your husband's fault. You have to look within yourself.
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
I've been feeling different types of ways about it for completely different reasons. So one, you know, with Married to Medicine, with Contessa specifically, her main storyline last season was that I want to become part-time or walk away from medicine because I want to be there more for my kids and I don't want to be away from them. But then as soon as this season comes back, you're in a whole nother state and you say that you left that because of your husband, but what about your own feelings of being away from your kids? That was such a big deal for you last season, so much so that you left medicine, but now you feel like your reasoning for why you left and walked away from school was because your husband made you feel like you had to. And I don't think it's fair for her to blame him because it was her decision to go, it was her decision to withdraw. And from what we saw on the show, I don't know how it was outside when the cameras were gone and how he was treating her, but it seemed like he was holding it down. And her program was only for a year, so...
And that is short.
Yeah, so it couldn't have been that much time. So my thing with it is, one, I've been feeling this whole season that she could have just went to school in Georgia. I didn't understand why she had to go to Tennessee. Two, I think she should have been a little bit more patient with her husband and him having to kind of learn how to be both parents with her being away because, like I said, the program was only a year and she didn't finish the year, so it couldn't have been that long that she was away. But at the same time, with all that being said, I think as women, especially married women with children, we often feel like we, have to sacrifice for the man. Because if Scott wanted to go back to school, I think Contessa wouldn't have had an issue with holding it down for a year. So on the flip side, while I don't really agree with Contessa being away, and I feel like there are other ways she could have still done what she wanted to do, I think it's always this stigma on women and moms, but especially black women and black moms, that we have to sacrifice and only be about our kids and put our dreams on hold to make sure the dreams of our husbands and the dreams of our kids happen before we could get what we wanted. So I see it from both sides, but I think at the end of the day, it's still not fair for her to put that blame on Scott.
Yeah. I think that you made really, really good points about being a black woman in the industry, especially in the medical industry. But I think Contessa also has a lot of soul searching to do. I think she has a problem within herself where she's just not happy. And not to say like she's not happy as a wife or mother, but I think she needs to figure out who she is because she hops around. Like you said, she could have went to school in Georgia, but she decided to go to Tennessee. What drew you to Tennessee?
She said it was because it was a better program and because it would have been 1 year as opposed to 2 years. Now, okay, I guess, but like an extra year to be with your kids and to be around your husband, seemed worth it.
Exactly. So I think she just really needs I feel like by next season, she's going to say she just wants to take a break from medicine and she might try to get into the fashion industry.
Yeah, because she just doesn't know what she wants. But then at the same time, we also have the people who think, oh, she just needed a storyline and this is just her storyline.
True.
Which I can also see.
Because she's kind of boring.
Yeah, she is. Even though she'll pop off in a second, but if she don't have no need to pop off, then there's really no story there.
We're going to see that.
Yeah, we're going to see that, which I'm excited about. Somebody on Instagram called her Contessa, and I'm just going to stick with that.
Contessa.
But also with Contessa this episode, we did see her dad come back, and Heavenly was nice enough to help him get some new teeth. You think she did that for free?
Heck no.
Oh, okay.
Heavenly?
I'm like, do doctor friends do that for their friends?
Then she got a discount. She got a coupon. She did not get that for free.
What did you think of his teeth? Be honest.
He had the type of teeth I expected him to have.
Okay.
For someone after she described like his struggle with drugs and stuff, he had the type of teeth I expected him to have.
Yeah.
It's the grill that caught me off guard. The grill had more teeth than he had in the front. And I was like, how do you fit it in there?
Yeah.
So it was a surprise to see, but at the same time, like, yeah, it's fitting.
Yeah, I mean, but even when he got his new teeth, I was like, so you're not going to do the bottoms? Because the top were like white, crisp white.
Yes.
And then you saw his bottom teeth and they were like yellow. And it's like, it's obvious like those aren't his real teeth because they're like 4 shades away from each other.
And super straight.
Right. And it was like, why, if you were going to get your teeth fixed, why not get the top and the bottom?
Maybe they're doing it in stages.
Maybe. I hope so.
Because I think certain things like that you can't really sit in one sitting and do.
That's true. And I guess that does go back to she probably did pay for it and Heavenly didn't give her, do it for free because she probably was like, well, I can't afford the top and the bottom at the same time.
So
because veneers are expensive.
Yes.
I watched a YouTube video of this YouTuber who got veneers on the top and she didn't get the bottom either. And just the top was like $30,000. Yeah.
$30,000 for the top alone?
Just for the top. Yeah.
Like all
of them, yeah. So if she wasn't getting the good Heavenly discount, then I guess that's why she didn't get the bottoms done.
I feel her. Well, her dad seems like a simple guy, so I'm sure he's fine with just what's going to show all the time.
Yeah. And it did look much better, and he seemed very, very happy, and it was a beautiful moment they shared. But I was just wondering if I was the only one who felt that way about his teeth.
Yeah, no, the teeth were off.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So let's get into... very short, but I felt like it was something that could be discussed, was Simone's kind of back and forth with her son and Cecil, her husband. We know that her son went off to Howard. Shout out to Howard.
Shout out to Howard.
And ended up coming back, and now he's at Georgia State. And in him being back, they've had to like wake him up every day and remind him to do his homework, and they're still doing his laundry. And now he's saying he wants to leave and go off to UC Berkeley, which is even further away from Atlanta than Howard. And Simone's like, look, if you're going to move that far and go to a school like Berkeley, you need to grow up, do your own laundry, wake yourself up. And Cecil said that she was being kind of tough on him, but I thought that was a valid point. What did you think?
So here's the thing. I'm an only child. So my mom was still doing my laundry and stuff like that and cooking for me and things. So, but when I went off to college, it wasn't strange for me to do it on my own. I'm capable of doing it.
Yeah.
But my mom, I was so used to my mom doing it for me at home. I'm like, okay, girl, well, hey, But I get her worry. But at the same time, you have to put him in that environment to prove himself.
That's true.
Because he feels safe at home. So he's not going to feel the need to go out of his way to do something if he knows his dad is going to do it for him.
Very true. But I guess he says he's changed. But like he went to Howard and they don't say why he came back. But I'm assuming it's because he didn't make good grades or he wasn't doing something.
He said it was tough. Or something.
And that's probably because he was used to having his mom be like, do your homework, do like this, blah blah blah, and then just the distractions of like partying and like all that whole life of being at HBCU. So it's like, I feel like she's kind of valid in her worry that if he goes off to school again and he doesn't have somebody to be on him like that, will it be the same thing that happens at Howard? But I do see your point. They'll never know if they don't put him out there.
Exactly. Because I left DC by myself like this year, end of January.
Yes.
And it was the first time I'm living on my own, but I hit the ground running and hustling and taking care of myself. So they just, I think when he's kind of thrown into it and he says that he's ready, he has to get that knockdown to realize he's not ready and figure out what he has to improve on.
Yeah, and you'll get that in California.
Oh, very quickly.
For sure.
Very quickly.
Yeah. Well, I was just wondering if I felt the same way that everybody else was feeling about it. All right, let's talk about Mariah before we get into Quad's party, because I guess they never said whether or not Quad for sure didn't invite Mariah or if Mariah just decided not to come. I'm going to assume it actually is that Mariah decided not to come, because I feel like they probably have to invite each other to things.
You think Quad invited Mariah?
Maybe. You know, we see a lot on these shows and just these Bravo shows in general where people are into it and they aren't really fooling with each other right now, but they still invite them to their events just to gloat, really.
True.
But I don't know if it's a different situation with Quad and Mariah. But regardless, Mariah didn't go. And they had like a Ramadan celebration, which I thought was beautiful. I think that it's great that she, you know, is taking after her husband's culture and like embracing it. Yeah, that was the word I was thinking of. But it seemed like the whole celebration turned into her dissing Quad.
Yes.
And I just didn't understand why and for what. And it's like you don't have anything else to talk about. What were you thinking in that moment?
I was thinking the exact same thing, because she was explaining the importance of Ramadan with rejuvenating the body and why you fast and all that stuff. And then you're finally breaking Ramadan and you're able to, I guess, not pollute your body, but do what you've been waiting to do. And in that time of really supposed to be taking care of your mental, your spiritual, and physical, you're polluting your mind with all this gossip and this nastiness and negativity during a time of celebration. And it sucks because it takes away from what it's supposed to really be.
Right. And I can see if like there were people in their circle who were there and they brought it up, but it's like you're talking to your family and to your husband, people who have nothing to do with this circle. Yeah. So why did it need to be brought up?
And her sister had a lot to say.
Yeah, she called her a hoe.
Yes.
But, you know, the story is that Mariah accused Quad of sleeping with her husband, with her sister's husband. So I guess she's valid in calling her a hoe, but then again, we don't really know for sure if it really happened. Do you think it happened? Or
I mean, I don't know. I really want to know if the sister is still with the husband.
Yeah, I was wondering that too, like if he was there and like what that meant.
But I don't know. There's something about me that makes me believe that she did fool with the husband.
Interesting.
I don't know. I feel it's hard because the way it came out at the reunion, it seemed like it was just a back and forth just because she made the accusations about drugs. Well, okay, well, you slept with my brother-in-law. I don't know. It's weird. Their relationship is so complicated. It's hard to really filter out the truth.
Yeah, that's true. Another thing that they brought up at the celebration is, and we saw it a little bit before that celebration when we were talking to Toya, is that Toya was not going to go because Mariah wasn't invited, which is kind of like her picking a side. And Mariah said that she didn't want people to feel like they had to pick a side. She just wanted them to pick the right side. And it made me wonder, okay, regardless of whether you feel like Quad was wrong or Mariah was right, if you're friends with both people, wouldn't that still be a reason to go? Or would you, even if you thought that the whole situation was wrong, would you still have not gone and supported Quad?
That's exactly what I was thinking. And then it made me think about, well, maybe their relationships behind the scenes are different. Maybe she is much closer with Mariah than it shows on TV and not as close as she is with Quad. Or is Toya just being messy? Because Toya is messy.
Yeah, she is.
But I don't know. If I was in that situation, I guess I would feel kind of funny if I was friends with both of them because it does come off as taking sides. I guess I would tell Mariah first and let her know, look, I'm going to Quad's birthday thing.
Interesting.
And if they engaged in like throwing her under the bus or talking mess about her, I would let her know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's such a weird place, I think, in my opinion, because Toya is friends with Mariah now, but let's not forget when they was fist fighting at the last birthday party a few years ago, or when they were into it on the couples trip last year. And it's like, there's so many flip-flops in this group.
Exactly.
One day they're friends, one day they're not. One day you're friends closer with one person than you are with the other. And it's like, with all that being said, basically all of y'all are friends and y'all all have y'all issues. So is it really fair to feel like me going there was picking a side?
Right.
Or not just me supporting another friend?
True, because by next week you might be beefing again, and
Right.
I'm gonna look stupid picking a side. Yeah.
Because then nobody would go to anybody's events. I feel
exactly,
because somebody's always gonna have the issue with somebody about something.
the show would be over,
right?
Because they couldn't film with each other.
Exactly, they wouldn't be able to like go to anything that each other is doing. So I was surprised, that Toya almost didn't go, and that Mariah kind of felt like people not shouldn't have gone, but like by them going, they weren't picking the right side.
I think Mariah feels like that because of everything that happened in Savannah and how nobody came to her defense on the bus.
Yeah.
I think that's just what left a sour taste in her mouth. So every little thing that they do, just even hugging Mariah, it's going to irk her.
Yeah. True. All right, this coveted all-white birthday party that they hyped us on, and then we saw 5 minutes of. One thing that kind of stood out to me in this all-white party is there was a lot of sex talk. We went from penis sizes to what the vagina tastes like, and how
it's a very quad party.
Yeah, exactly. How you can't go from the bottom up to say it as PG as possible. So I wonder, would you
like test it out?
Yeah, like, are you comfortable with somebody who's been down there on you come back up to the top on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know me. I'm the tester.
Oh, okay.
I don't mind.
Okay.
Because I mean, I make sure I'm good because I would hope he makes sure he's good. That's just a common courtesy.
Because Simone was like, no.
I think Simone likes to be a prude.
You think it makes her a prude?
I think she likes to act like, oh my God, like, why would I? And that's, girl.
You're married.
You're married. Yeah. You've done some freaky stuff before.
With kids. Well, it was funny, though. They were kind of throwing out what they could possibly taste like Heavenly said egg whites and non-fat milk, and somebody brought up Cheetos. So just out of curiosity, what do you think it tastes like?
I would go with maybe like a strawberry raspberry fruit cocktail.
Yum. I love it.
Sweet, savory.
I could not.
What would you taste like?
I eat a lot of mangoes.
Yes, citrus.
But I also eat a lot of bacon.
Wait a minute.
So I would hope that it's the mango side of things.
Hope it's the mangoes.
Oh Ply says it should taste like water, but you never know.
You never know.
Yeah. All right. I was just wanted to know out of curiosity for my own research. All right. So back to the party. So Quad gives a speech because she's good for a monologue, a speech for just saying too much, and she pulls her sister circle peeps to the side, and she's like, I've given up on friendships and women until I got in sister circle, and thanked them for being a part of her life. Do you think she was shading the Married to Medicine bunch?
Absolutely.
Really?
I think she was shading them, but she was doing it because she's dramatic. So she was shading them and doing all that to build up to, and then thank you, my Married to Medicine sisters.
Yeah.
I think she knew exactly what she was doing.
So with that being said, do you think they were valid in leaving?
I don't think that was a valid reason to leave, because if this is someone who you're not that close to anyway, it shouldn't really matter.
Yeah.
I really don't understand why Toya was that upset to want to leave with Was it Simone that left with her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really just didn't. I mean, I get Simone because she can be a little sensitive sometimes. But yeah, if it's somebody that it's not someone I go way back with and we're more cast members.
And you almost didn't come anyway.
Exactly. So what are you really mad about?
Yeah.
You just wanted to leave.
I didn't think it was shade.
You didn't?
Well, maybe it was shade, but not really, because like I remember last season Quad kind of being away from the group. And everybody was like, where's Quad? Why is she not talking to us? And I think that was probably around the time she was more with Sister Circle, and I think around that time she was kind of over this group. So I think it was just real. Like at the time, you know, I was having issues with this group. We weren't really fooling with each other. I kind of had given up on women friendships, and then I met Sister Circle, and then meeting Sister Circle and dealing with that, it made me come back to my Married to Medicine sisters. I don't think it meant that she liked them more. I don't think it even really meant that she gave up on their friendships, even though I think that's what it was. But I think if they would have given her a chance to say the speech she was going to have for them, maybe they would have gotten an answer for that.
I think maybe if she did the Married to Medicine speech first, it wouldn't have been as bad.
That's true.
Because everybody knows Quad is associated with Married to Medicine. So everybody's going to automatically assume she's talking about her cast members.
Yeah, and she's been on Married to Medicine longer than she's been on Sister Circle.
Exactly.
Which means that she technically has known this group longer than she's known them. But, well, they left, so they will never know. Another thing that happened is she got a new car. And at first when it happened, I was like, oh my gosh, who got her that new car? Until I realized she got it for herself.
That is crazy.
She surprised herself with a new car.
And the act that she put on too was just so Quad. If you don't sit your glittery ass.
Like she didn't know it was gonna be there, but then who set it up to be there?
Exactly. It wasn't your husband.
Or a man.
It wasn't a man. So you bought yourself a car, and who knew to bring it to this venue at this time?
At this very moment. And surprise you with it. Would you ever do that to yourself? Surprise yourself with a car?
I would do it for the theatrics, for a photo moment.
Yeah.
But I feel like people who know me know that it's just me putting on a show.
Yeah.
It's not something Quad seriously wants people to think that she didn't know that it was coming. And I could never be that stupid.
Yeah.
That's vain.
That was my thing. Like, obviously you're not married, and what good girlfriend is going to buy you a $95,000 car?
Exactly.
So obviously you got it for yourself. So why not just be like, here's my gift to myself?
Right.
You know, why did it have to be, oh my gosh, how did it get here?
Yeah, because if she did it like that, I would say, okay, that's definitely her personality. To just say, I got this for myself, guys. I want to show it off. Be jealous.
Yeah. Well, we know she's extra, so it's still a surprise.
Very.
All right, let's get into some tweets. We had a lot of good tweets this episode.
Let's see some tweets.
Let's see some tweets.
I can't wait to see what these fans had to say.
I love reading people's tweets more than I love watching the show.
Really?
Sometimes. Yeah, because I like knowing what people are thinking, and they always end up being really funny. And sometimes
perspective.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that sometimes they think things that I didn't think of or wouldn't have agreed with. So let's get into it. So we have @here for the scan 1. It says, Quad, if Sister Circle holds you down so much, why aren't all the co-hosts there?
Facts. Weren't only 2 of them?
Yeah, but I mean, there's only 4 of them, so only one person was missing. Maybe she was out of town.
True.
Or in a ditch, or I don't know. But I mean, all the Married to Medicine people weren't there either, so hey, who knows?
Who knows?
We have another one from @QueenBandit. It says, I didn't even know it was going to come today, so how the fuck did it get to the party, Quad? That was our point, too.
I feel like everybody's going to be asking that.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, @TheReal658-35582. Yeah, I wonder what those numbers mean. Okay, Dr. Contessa, that was not cool to throw out the topic of whether you looked like a quitter and then shut your husband down when he tried to say you weren't quitting. You are indirectly blaming him and doing so in blaming him and doing so in front of your children. You agree with that?
Yeah, it's not right.
Yeah.
Your kids pick up on all the energy that you have. So if they see mom disrespecting dad, they're going to think it's okay to disrespect dad too.
And also could kind of make it seem like dad made her be a quitter.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it that way, but shouldn't teach your kids to be quitters, so that's not cool. Okay, another one from @sinfully_sweet Ford says Big Country or whatever Jackie's husband name is. Wow, is complaining about the price like he paying. Child, sidebar, what does he do for a living?
You guys are going to stop coming from Big Country.
First of all, not Big Country though.
Look,
oh my gosh.
If Jackie's okay with it,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
I thought he was like a college coach, basketball coach or something. I don't know. If you're in the live chat and you know, let us know because I would like to know too. I'm sure either way Jackie may be the breadwinner, but it don't matter if she love him, okay? It don't matter. All right, and then our last one is from @It's King's World. It says, so Mariah and her crew sitting up there with the kids talking about Quad allegedly being a hoe. Child, messy. Would it be Mariah, though, if she wasn't messy? Would it be anybody on this show if it wasn't mess?
And her family's always going to take her side because that's family. That's so biased.
Yeah. But I do want some more receipts, though. If she's a hoe and you claim that she slept with your brother-in-law or whatever makes her a hoe, let us know.
I wonder if Mariah is thinking of taking legal action against Toya.
Against Quad?
Against Quad.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, she would look crazy because she said she's accused Quad of so much stuff too. True. So it may not be to the gravity of saying someone is on cocaine, but it's still not nice things. You're accusing me of not only being a homewrecker with your sister, but of cheating on my husband with your sister's husband. So it's a lot of slander going on. So if somebody gonna get sued, they all need to get sued.
Everybody's getting served.
Ciao. All right, let's get into some news and gossip.
Yes.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So, Miss Toya Bush Harris, she went and did an interview with OK Magazine, and she opened up about how she's been feeling about her co-host Heavenly, Dr. Heavenly, and basically she went ahead and said that she feels like Heavenly has just been on quote-unquote bully mode for the past 2 years.
Interesting.
So there's a little video within this article that we can play, and she's kind of just explaining it a little bit into detail. I don't know if it's is it loaded? Oh, well, yeah, basically she's just going on about how she's not feeling her Married to Medicine co-host. And at one point she said, girl, she deserves it this year. I mean, like, come on. Really and truly, she has been in bully mode for 2 years straight, and honestly, I couldn't take it anymore. So she's referring to that time when they were on the bus in Savannah, and Quad made that yo mama comment, and Toya's like, well, my mama will beat you, you know? And so that's when she's like, yeah, she could get it. So we're going to see how far that goes.
Do you think Heavenly is a bully? I think she's been low-key this season.
I think she's been low-key, too.
Yeah.
I really would not consider that bullying. I feel like bullying is when you go out of your way to make someone uncomfortable all the time. But it's really just slick, shady things that you pick up on a lot of women in Atlanta, women in general. You know, if it's your friend, you feel like you can do little slick things, but Heavenly might do it a little bit too much, but I wouldn't consider it bullying.
No, it's not, especially, I just think the women on this show don't realize that when you point the finger, 3 more come back at you. Girl. Because everybody on this show talks about everybody.
Look.
And you know, I do think there was a time where Heavenly was a bully, but I think this season she's been, like I said, pretty low-key, and she only really responds and says stuff to people when people come at her first, in my opinion. But
yeah, except that time on the bus, because when nobody said anything, and she's like, well, I believe her.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another little piece of news and gossip that we have here is that Dr. Contessa shaded Mariah on Facebook, or was it It was Instagram. Yes, Contessa stepped in because we saw in the mid-season trailer Contessa and Mariah had this weird moment where Mariah was holding her arm and Contessa's like, let me go. So basically she went on Instagram and she didn't go in, but she basically sent some warning shots. And she put up a selfie with a caption saying, she's a hashtag doctor, not a fighter, with a little punch emoji. That's why she got her education. And then another hashtag says, she's got millions to lose and that bitch ain't got ish.
Oh.
And then she said, hashtag you only get one pass with me.
Oh.
So Contessa is on the prowl.
Interesting. But I can't help but wonder, is it for sure that we know it's Mariah, though?
I mean, it says a lot of Married to Medicine.
Yeah.
Dual MDs winning. I mean, who else would it be about?
That's true.
It can't. I mean, she put it out like right after the trailer aired.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me, the girls just shading Mariah because Mariah is basically the creator of this show. And it's like, oh, if you piss off Mariah, is it like a Basketball Wives situation where if somebody pisses off Shawnee, they ain't going to be on the show no more. And Contessa, you already barely have a storyline, so you might want to chill out on coming from Mariah.
Give him a reason to give her the pink slip.
Exactly, because Contessa, you cool, but I'd be all right with you not being on the show.
You're not entertaining
to
like
be
that.
completely honest.
Yes. So that was our news and gossip.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
Let's get into predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
What you thinking, Bree?
Gosh, so many predictions. I'm trying not to base it off the trailer because it really spoiled so much.
A lot
for
about
me.
to happen.
I think that Jackie's renovations aren't going to go how she plans. I feel like it's going to hit a wall and go really, really slow, and she's going to get stressed out.
Okay.
But, I mean, I think that I would love to see Contessa take more of initiative to heal herself.
Okay.
I would love to see her go to therapy on her own. Because I saw her go with her husband, but I really hope she tries to seek something out just for herself because she needs it.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm thinking, it's like you said, it's so hard not to go off that trailer because it's obviously about to have like a couples trip, and from the couples trip clip, it just really makes me wonder how things are going to be now with Quad, because she's the only person now on the show who isn't married, and she's not a doctor. So what really is her point of being on the show? And now they want to have a couples trip and they're doing all these things that she can be a part of, but it's like, why? You know, like, why are you there? So I think we're going to see a big situation with Quad and if she should be around. And that it's a super, super, super prediction because we still have a long way to go on this season, but I'm kind of predicting her not being on the show anymore.
Really?
Yeah. Because like I said, going back, pissing off Mariah, her and Mariah don't like each other.
But that's been going on.
That's true.
They've been doing that.
But now Mariah has leeway to be like, well, she don't have a storyline other than her little book, which, hooray. She's not a doctor, and she's not married to a doctor. So what is she on the show for, basically? I mean, people like Quad, but she also isn't bringing anything this season. And then, aside from that, I just see a lot of issues continuing with Contessa and Scott because she just won't let that resentment go, and I think it's unfair resentment. And I think I saw a little bit in there of Simone and Jackie getting into it, which doesn't ever happen. They're like the close ones in the group. So
then she called her, no neck roll.
Yes.
It's like, ooh.
So it's not a prediction, but I'm excited to see what
too.
spurs that conundrum.
And the barren comment, your infertile comment, I want to know what led to that.
Oh, yeah. And we haven't really seen a lot from Buffy so far, so I'm interested to see her when she turns up. She got to have it in there somewhere because she's friends with freaking Jocelyn Hernandez. So.
I don't know. She seems like a runner to me.
That's true. That's what my husband is rich and I don't need y'all type of mentality. Yeah. I can see that too.
Me too.
All right. Well, this has been so fun. Thank you for joining.
I can't wait to come back. I hope I can come back again.
Yes, please keep coming back. This has been so great. But we got to get out of here. But before we go, let them know where they can find you.
Yes, you guys can follow me on Instagram at B_Cheyenne, CHIANNE. And you can watch us on Love After Lockup.
Yes,
we were on that together.
Oh, that's a good show, y'all. If you love some drama, Make sure you watch Love After Lockup, and our after shows come on Sundays at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Yes.
Where can they follow you?
Oh, yeah, you guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Lexi Fierce. That is IamLexiFierce. And until we meet again, buzz you later.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.